right, so can you tell me your name?
Joe Loomis.
Joe Loomis. And where are we?
We're at Loomis Automotive. We're 1101 West Reno Avenue. We've been established here in Oklahoma City since 1900.
Wow.
Started out at 222 South Robinson, which would have been across the street from the Chesapeake.
Yeah.
Started out as a locksmith and a gunsmith repair. And then it evolved a little later on to the lawnmower repair, and went ahead and started doing automotive batteries in 1960.
Huh.
And then a little bit later into the 60s started selling used cars.
Wow.
And then we evolved over into the 70s into automotive electrical, alternators, starters. 80s, I started doing more of the custom cars, street rods and hot rods. And then after showing on the international show car circuit, went ahead and started bringing more customers in because they started seeing more cars setting out at the busy intersection of Reno and Western.
Yeah.
And eventually picked up enough people to make that our full-time business.
Amazing. Now, you said that you started at a young age, right?
Yes, I was selling cars when I was 12.
That's amazing.
So we had, the battery shop and selling cars, and so I kind of had to do a little bit of both.
And where was the lot where you were selling cars?
Northwest, 4th, and Classen.
That was your father's enterprise?
Yes.
What was his name?
He was Joe Loomis also.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm the 13th.
What? Tell me about the area. What do you know about the
Farmers Market District was originally Del Mar Gardens. Del Mar Gardens was the coolest thing in the city in the early 1900s. That was the hippest thing in the whole Midwest.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know about that part of it.
No, I haven't heard that.
That history will open a whole nother book for you compared to what Farmers Market.
Wow.
It was, I'll let you go into that story later and read that, but after that had to dry up because of the mosquito problem and the flooding.
Okay.
This area changed over to the area where all the produce had become sold. And then Farmers Market moved in, and the city had passed a law to where you could only sell it in this area.
Oh.
So that's where the Farmers Market part came into play. And then as the market scene in the 70s, probably late 70s, started to dry up, the farmer's market kind of disappeared. Nobody really knew much about it. It became just a antique store and a few fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
But the area of this has been commercial forever, and pretty much the same people. If you go up and down Reno, it's been the same families or been in the same families for quite some time.
You said that you do a lot of work for some of those families. Can you tell me a bit about some of the people that are around here and what kind of cars they have? Or
right across the street at the Horn Trader, Scott, he's a big Model A fan. I've worked on a few of his cars, sold him a couple of cars. As you move down the street, a lot of the other companies are just long-term families that have done the same thing. Few of them have evolved to change to stay open. That's what tends to do most of those businesses in. Family member passes away and the younger generation doesn't care.
Okay.
And then that's the only time you get one of these businesses pop up for sale or location.
Yeah.
When you look back, you'll see that they're all owned 30, 40 years and longer by the same, families. Currently building a car for the CEO of Allied Steel, who's just right around the corner, building a 63 Falcon Sprint Pro Touring car.
Wow.
Really, really nice car.
Yeah.
But not a lot of the people that are just down in this area other than like Kenny Smith that owns Consolidated Building Supply that's over on Exchange. We just built for the other owner of it, Charlie, a 55 model Ford F-150 truck.
I'd love that.
It's a really nice all stock style truck, and then they just got an early model Land Cruiser that we're getting ready to redo for them also.
Wow. God, that's incredible. I saw, just like for my own personal curiosity, there's like a safe or something on this side?
Yes, that was the first safe in the state of Oklahoma.
What?
Because my dad was a locksmith in the early days.
Okay.
That became available. It was from the Guthrie State Bank.
Oh,
and we bought it in the 60s.
So some of the first money used in governmental, workings?
We had that down at our old shop at Reno and Western. At Western and First Street. It was diagonal from Holly's. It sat in the front.
Oh, wow.
And it actually had sat there for so many years it started sinking into the cement because it's so heavy. But you would get the old winos come by and they would try to open that safe. They would sit out there for hours and, twiddle the knob.
No success, huh?
Yeah. And we used to have it sitting out at our corner, and when the city needed to widen the turn, they had to move it. And they said, we're paid to move it, we'll take care of it. They picked it up and dropped it.
Really?
Yeah, dropped it right on the dial.
Did it, it busted?
It bent the arm. And
Oh, did they pay for that? I mean.
at first they was like, it's nothing special. And they're like, we'll give you $500. And I'm like, just buy me another one. 2 weeks later, the head office called and they said, yeah, how much do you want for repairing that? And so I've been waiting to paint it back up and set it back up. Now that the graffiti's kind of starting to die down in this area, I don't mind doing it. I just didn't want to paint it and then it get graffitied right after I spend all that time on it. But we always had it painted gold.
Okay.
It was the last time I painted it, it was gold, and I put metallic in it. And my dad, when we had it at our old shop on the side, the little slogan was, your money's safe with Loomis.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he always came up with, good little things like that. We had a Volkswagen with a battery sitting on top of it. We had the Volkswagen on its top, flipped.
Oh, nice.
And it says, can your battery turn your car over?
Oh, my God.
And the city actually made us take that down because he said it was distracting the drivers at the intersection.
That's hilarious. Tell me about the people that work for you.
One of them's on vacation this week.
Yeah.
Big George, he's on vacation. He's been with us for 12 years now.
Wow.
Just hired a year and a half ago Juan, who is one of the best electrical and troubleshooting mechanics in the city.
Really?
He's working with us. So Big George is a racer. He's into building race cars, building a new, current race car.
Yeah.
Juan has had the '62 Impala out there since high school.
Wow.
So he's had it for a long time.
That's crazy.
And my mom has been with us for 50 years.
Wow.
Working for us.
Was that her that just... Okay.
She's still here now, still enjoy, talking to everybody. People come in to see her, to talk to her. Normally my little dog Izzy's here.
Aw.
A little Pomeranian. And she's on the internet a lot, and her picture gets passed around.
Really?
Yeah, she'll sit in cars. I'll show you a quick picture.
Yeah. I can definitely hear. Let me let it focus. Yep, there it is. That's awesome. She's adorable. Yeah. I can see.
That's her calendar that's over there on the wall.
She's got a calendar. Wow. That's incredible.
Yes.
She might be a bigger internet celebrity than me then.
No, she's got us all beat. She gets passed around because she can model practically.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Start on January and go through.
We're on video right now.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah.
Show a couple of them.
Yeah. She can show a couple of them. You're fine. It's okay. Yep. It's focused. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
There's the cover.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. You've got it. Oh, look at that. Yep.
She's definitely a cutie. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Riding in style. She's a selfie queen.
Yeah, she is.
She takes some good photos.
She is.
You were saying that there was a graffiti kind of issue going around in the area.
Yeah, it had been probably in the last or prior 10 years.
Yeah.
But it's really dropped off a bunch.
What do you think that is?
A lot of the neighborhood houses that were close to this area have now been cleared out, the ones that are further north. So those houses have kind of disappeared, and there's not as many young people close by. Closest thing you have now is over behind the old downtown air park.
Right, okay.
So there's just not a lot for them to come over this way for anything.
Right.
So it's not near as bad.
Who does come in? Who discovers the area that you've noticed?
As far as...
Well, kind of just the active participants in the city who kind of just discover it newly. Who are they? Like, do people walk in and go like, I'm glad I found this place?
I don't really find that, because my business is becoming very limited. The individuals that do what I do, that I've learned from, because I was able to learn at such a young age, and I was able to get along with guys that were 10 years older than me when I was a teenager. And they let me watch and learn. Those guys now are expiring as far as being able to do the work, because it is kind of demanding on your body. And so a lot of the companies that do what we do are gone.
Right.
So there's very limited competition, and so everybody that finds us is basically word of mouth. They ask, hey, who works on yours, who built that car, and that's how we get everything. We really don't even have to advertise.
Is there...
Awesome.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it is. Is there like an old guard, an old group of auto mechanics that you would like to kind of shout out to or like talk about?
There was. Most of them, the gentleman that taught me everything when I was 14 walking home from basketball practice, he's passed away. The gentleman that owns the only other Corvette shop that was here in town, he passed away 2 years ago. So, you know, back in the days, being a car guy meant a lot of drinking, a lot of smoking, and you die early. So I seen that light from an early age, and I said, I don't need to go that way.
That's nice. They taught you something outside of
it. They did. Oh, they did.
That's awesome.
They really did.
Well, do you find a way to kind of relax other than work? It looks like this is a great way to relax, just doing something you love, but...
It's pretty much 24/7, because I have such a vast amount of friends because of what I've done, and it's what I do all the time. So there's always people calling, texting, emailing that have questions or want to know, but they're all my friends, and it all works out because they're the guys that call and say, hey, I got this friend that wants to sell this car, or I got a friend that's looking for this. So, you know, I don't mind doing it. It always has its returns.
Yeah.
And it's an easy job.
That's good. That's good to hear. What do you think, just your own opinion, what do you think is going to happen in the next 5 years in this area?
Century 21 is the biggest boost. All of Film Row being developed is going to change everything. A huge part of how much of it blends this way to the river is going to have to do with Humphreys and downtown airport. That's going to be the biggest thing. In my opinion, they keep talking about it, but they haven't shown anything. The Ferris wheel not going in this year, to me, was something that makes everybody step back and go, why isn't that happening?
Right.
You know, the part about it raining, and this is my own personal opinion, too much rain, couldn't put the Ferris wheel up. Yeah, I don't go for that.
You don't buy it?
No, I don't buy that. They better have it up before springtime this next year, or they're going to lose a lot of that momentum that they have going on.
That's a good point.
So hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully they're lined up and ready to go, because that'll be a huge boost with what they will do with everything between Century 21 and there in Western. The properties will just skyrocket. I know just a piece of property that was, let's say, First and Northwestern, it tripled in just a span of Century 21 going in.
What?
Tripled.
Oh my God. Well, what kind of businesses would you like to see come in over the next 5-10 years?
That's very tough, because they will have all the entertainment stuff and bars starting to move in over on Sheridan and Main Street. The cleaners building just became purchased. They're going to put in a brewery type place over there. They're the same guys that bought the place at 6th and Classen and bought the 2 buildings across the street from the farmer's market, which I was going to buy.
I think a lot of people were after that.
Yeah.
Well, nobody knew about those over there until the last minute. But yeah, so they're going to move in and bring in new businesses. So just anything that's not the same stale thing that's been here. A lot of the people that's been here forever have just not tried to fix the outside of their buildings up. It's just been kind of stuck, just a steady flow.
Yeah.
And so new blood coming in will change everything.
Yeah.
So we're all for it.
I definitely like it.
What do you say, Chris?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. Is that a heavier duty one?
It is heavy.
old car's gone.
Yeah, oh, they're all gone?
Well, I say that. There's some more in the back if you want to shoot.
Yeah, let me, where's, do I go through there?
Go right through there. Kind of messy.
Yeah, well, that's fine. This is awesome.
Oh, look at that.
God, that's beautiful. Oh, Jesus. Look at this. This is awesome. Holy hell.
Oh, wow.
That's incredible.
That Land Cruiser is.
Oh.
I would hop in that. Any of these.
Yeah, wow, these are nice. That is just something else.
Actually, a friend of mine restores cars like these.
Gosh, that is just beautiful. He's got the coolest little shop. I love this place.
I have